Hi guys, you are seeing a beautiful sunset on the New Zealand farm, and according to a Gregorian calendar we're gonna enter 2016 in 2.5 hours. So I thought I'm gonna stop by and say hi. Most of my friends and probably most of the world is out and having fun and eating good food and doing life together, and I am actually working and I love it. I don't regret it. But yesterday I finally got to bed about 12 o'clock, about midnight, and was reflecting on a couple of weeks. I was feeling a little bit discouraged because I didn't feel like I've made a lot of progress on my new journey. And as I was drifting to sleep, I grabbed my phone and look at the clock, and I saw an email from one good friend of mine who forwarded me the email of Mike Dillard. And if you don't know who Mike Dillard is, I highly recommend you to check him out. He founder of Self-Made Men, an incredible website that will add a lot of value into your life. So, and as I was reflecting on my couple of weeks, and I started reading his email, and by the end of reading his email, I was so encouraged. And he basically was doing his review of his success and his failure as well, and was very encouraging. And as I was drifting to sleep after I read his email, I started reflecting on my year, and actually too, because as I look at today or even 2 weeks prior, and if I don't see the change and if I don't see progress fast, I can get discouraged, especially as much work as I put now into what I'm doing. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna look at my year or two and see how far did I come. So that's what I did, and I wrote this down because I wanted to share that with you. And really the sole purpose is, if you are in a place where you reflecting on your year and a little bit discouraged, or if you looking at your current progress, whether you trying to achieve certain goals in your personal life or fitness or emotional or spiritual or intellectual, and you think, I haven't really gotten that far, I encourage you to reflect on a year or two. Are you still today in the same place that you've been last year or year before? And that's why I wanted to share that with you today, because for me, as I was drifting to sleep, in fact I actually didn't sleep for most of the night as I was thinking about my past year and even two, by the end of it, I thought, you know what, I actually did progress, I actually did grow. So today I wanted to share that with you, and again, considering where I came from, and some of you know, I see enormous progress. So I'm so excited to share that with you as we're entering into 2016. And I'm actually going to share with you 2 years. So 2014, 2015, simply because as I think back, I think, oh my goodness, it's so much happened. So 2014, 2015 year in review. So I came back. I was away on a 4-month trip in New Zealand. I got back from the trip to New Zealand and had to start all again from scratch, from zero, and that's referring to job, place to live, car, with no cash in hand. Okay, so starting from zero again in US. And second, I developed as a singer and musician and joined a worship team at my congregation, took a role of a worship director for a few months. Then visited Tajikistan in June 2014 for a month to see my family. Have not seen them for 7.5 years, since 2016. And then July moved the States, moved from Boston to from Kansas to Boston for a job, and then in August of 2014, got my citizenship, American citizenship, and passed the test with 100%. December moved to New Zealand, and then April moved to Southland. So I've been in north in Auckland, and then made my way to Southland, which was incredibly challenging. But I made that decision. I became an advocate and public speaker, bringing awareness of human trafficking. Traveled to Thailand to learn more about human trafficking, launched Invest in a Life ministry, and the primarily focus of Invest in a Life, it's working with victims of human trafficking, commercial sexual exploitation, and the mission of Invest in a Life is equipping and empowering individuals by providing necessary resources for them to live a whole life and become leaders and catalysts of positive change in the nations. And then also launched a blog, and check it out. You might find some good and useful information. Started a YouTube channel. Also check it out. You might find it's adds some value to your life. Now got a domain of self-metamorphosis. If you know, self-metamorphosis about basically change. It's all around us. And the example I give with a butterfly, caterpillar into cocoon and butterfly. So in the main focus of self-metamorphosis is personal development in every single sphere of our lives. So emotional, physical, intellectual, and spiritual development, and that's where I'm going to be sourcing products of value focused on skill development as well. So just in a progress, it's still developing. Also applied for school in New Zealand and was accepted. Yay! Just got an incredible acceptance letter that made me very emotional. Met remarkable people and expanded my quality friends circle. And I can talk about just that aspect for probably an hour, but I won't. And start running. I wrote start running, and the reason I actually wrote this because I hate running. I really do. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just continue doing things that I hate. And hey, I actually started liking it. Now I also put number 20, became a better person, and that's for my own sake, because that's ultimately the desire that I have is to work on every single sphere of my life, and not just physical and emotional, intellectual, but also spiritual as well. And that's what helps me to become a better person. 21, took a huge risk and became an entrepreneur. A year ago, I did not even fully understand the definition of entrepreneur. And again, I want to emphasize on I took a huge risk. And, considering from the background that I came, mainly working in a social work and ministering people and serving people, which is becoming an entrepreneur is the same thing. You're adding value. But for me, it's a huge learning curve where I have to learn about the business and everything that comes with it. So now in 22nd, which is the most important, is all done through enormous amount of pain. And some of you know, 2009, I've been diagnosed with autoimmune disorder, which is also known as fibromyalgia, which is also known as invisible disability, because you can't really see when you look at person. So ever since 2009, there was not even one day that I woke up without a pain. So every single day, I woke up with enormous amount of pain. So I have to push myself. Everything is a challenge. So, and through that also enormous amount of perseverance, and I think that's also what helped me to work on my character, because so many times I wanted to give up. Even now, sometimes I have very hard days. So everything that been achieved through that pain. So I have to push myself every single day. So basically, what I wanted to encourage you, let your 2016 not be the same. And I encourage you to put those incremental changes, small changes, today on a daily basis, even if you don't see a result. Like for me now, stepping into this sphere of becoming entrepreneur and work and opening the business and just learning in the industry, I make such a small steps, huge risks, but I feel like I'm not moving further. But when I looked 3 weeks ago how much I knew, and today, it's mind-blowing. It's probably would have taken me a year in a business school to learn what I've learned within 3 weeks. So it is remarkable. So I encourage you to have a vision, have a mission, develop a strategy, and start implementing it on a daily basis. I'm shaking a bit because it's getting cold as the sun's setting down. Take risks. Take huge risks. I can't even emphasize that enough, that without risks, it's very difficult to achieve anything, in my experience. I mean, I've taken so many risks in my life, and interestingly, it's increased. The bigger risks I take, the larger is the reward. And so take risk, do things outside of your comfort zone. Like for me, I hated running. I do something outside of my comfort zone on a daily basis. I'm not exaggerating. Challenge yourself every single day. And if I can be of service, let's talk. I know this is not my best video because I'm moving and I'm cold. I need to go inside, but it's not very good lighting inside, so I thought I'll do it here. But anyways, I hope you got something out of it. It's already 11 minutes. I thought I'll make a 5-minute short video and then gonna go back to work. But as we're stepping into 2016, let it be different than last year. And again, small incremental changes make a huge impact in the longer run. Really do. And just recently I was reflecting, even I'm a swimmer. I absolutely love swimming, and I remembered how I started swimming, doing the lap swimming, and how absolutely challenging it was. I always would get water up my nose regardless of what I did, all the techniques that I used, and it was so painful when in my brain, as I would say, and I wasn't able to turn in the pool. I couldn't breathe. I mean, and over the years, the laps that I do now are phenomenal. And what I did, I just didn't give up. I just keep doing, and it's in every single sphere. The small changes, as you persevere and you think, I don't see any results, you will absolutely will see results. It's almost like that's how creation works. Based on my experience. So I love you guys, and let's just live to the wholeness and to the fullness of who we designed to be. Okay, you want to see that sunset once again, last time? Let's see, and I will end with this. Love you. Bye.